And Meghan was supposed to be lecturing young people about equality, which is her favourite subject from her Californian mansion. But instead, she stuck to her specialist subject, the one she currently really loves, which is talking about herself.
I'm so grateful to be in your company today. I was first invited to be a counselor at One Young World. I was probably a lot like each of you. How am I here? And there I was the girl from Suits. And I was surrounded by world leaders. I was so overwhelmed by this experience. I think I even saved my little paper place card. Proof that I was there, I belonged. I was so nervous. I doubted myself, and I wondered if I was good enough to even be there, if what I was doing in the world, albeit important and meaningful as far as I saw it, was it deserving? One Young World saw in me, just as I see in you. My life had changed rather significantly, and I was now a mom. And I would ask, what is this world he would come to adopt? And what can we do? What can I do to make it better?
I don't know. What could you do to make it better? You're just so special. And how did you get to sit at the top table with all the world leaders, Meghan? Oh, could it be because you married a British prince and then dragged him out of his country off to your California mansion to fleece your royal titles? Anyway, 54 times you mentioned herself in a 7-minute speech. Even I haven't done that in a speech. That gives you some idea of the scale of the Netflix narcissist. My question really is, how can they be allowed to do this? To run around like a rival royal family, including in this country, a country they've been trashing, with a monarchy they've been trashing, with a royal family they've been trashing. Why do we let this happen? I want to go to New York Post columnist Maureen Kelly. We're waiting very patiently. Maureen, welcome to the show. Great to have you on. You wrote a absolute...
Thank you for having me.
You wrote one of the all-time great tub-thumping, excoriating pieces about this last week, which I read on holiday.
Kind.
I thought even I couldn't have written one quite as savage. So congratulations. But tell me, what is it? Because there's been this kind of mythology that in America they all love Meghan Markle and are proud of her for coming over here and stealing Harry and so on. What is the reality?
This is a common misconception that the Brits have. I understand why, and I can promise you nothing could be further from the truth. Even, you know, that profile that columned on ran in New York Magazine, and it attracted hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of comments immediately. Now, that is a self-selecting group of woke, leftist, self-identified social justice warriors, and they were piling on Meghan as a liar, as an insufferable narcissist, as completely inauthentic, as who does she think she is? She married into this family. All she does is trash them. She's a hypocrite. She's trying to monetize her own children off the backs of the royal family, the ailing queen. So that piece, you know, it's not the first time I've written about Meghan. It certainly won't be the last, but that piece really hit a nerve. I
mean, the problem, Maureen, is as a country, the United States has now sent 2 women to our royal family, Wallis Simpson and Meghan Markle. The first one led to an abdication.
We didn't
and the
send
second
her,
one might be
Piers.
leading to the end of the monarchy.
You guys took her.
We need better quality American women.
Well, I think you need to sharpen your BS detector a bit, because she apparently the royals themselves caught on pretty quickly that she was not everything she appeared to be.
Well, I caught on pretty quickly. Unfortunately, I then got removed from the job that I had at the time for disbelieving her nonsense to Oprah Winfrey. What's quite interesting is the more she talks, the more people realise she is fork-tongued. Grace Bakley, can you defend this woke warrior? Is she the epitome of equality? Oh. Is she the standard bearer?
Piers, you know how I feel about this. I just don't care. Like, you know, I find it when people like Meghan Markle are held up as you say, the standard bearers of feminism and, you know, social justice, ridiculous, because she is obviously so far removed from the concerns and troubles of the vast majority of women, and this idea that we have now among, you know, certain parts of the liberal, by the way, not left or socialist, liberal elements of politics, is that, you know, we need, you know, rich women to like lean in and give inspirational speeches and kind of show everyone else how to be. But ultimately, it's just the same part of this like weird cult of celebrity that distracts people from the real issues that are affecting their lives. And
I couldn't agree more.
I'm a Republican. I don't care.
Okay, I couldn't agree more. Richard?
I thought she'd left the United Kingdom for privacy and to get away from the royal family so she didn't have to go to those sort of charity events that she went to last night. But now she's back talking about herself and you're thinking, well, hang on, so are you staging a comeback? As you say, is it a rival sort of royal gig? What is going on?
And what is going, honestly, what's going on with Harry here? I was told on good authority yesterday that Charles in particular is unbelievably hurt by what is going on with his son and daughter-in-law. He doesn't understand what he's done wrong. Remember, he walked her down the aisle. Douglas, let me bring you back in here on this. You know, there's lots of plays going on here, aren't they, with the Sussexes? But the one I can't get away from, they keep trashing the very institution that gave them these titles that make them their millions. There is the ultimate hypocrisy right there, and it's a running saw.
Well, the royal family is clearly just a leg up for Meghan Markle, who believes that her position as a duchess now allows her to inspire us common folk with her amazing wisdom. Unfortunately, as we just saw again from that speech, her wisdom is from the school of Hallmark cardsism. It's all sort of sub-Obama, pseudo-inspiring stuff about how you can be the person you meant to be for the being that you could be, and everyone else can be like you.
Oh, it's all total flannel, isn't it? It's total flannel.
It's total flannel. None of it ever makes any sense. I say you mostly see this sort of thing in Hallmark cards philosophy. It's all about you being your true self and all of this sort of thing. I don't think that. I mean, I've never heard somebody with more of a tin ear than Meghan Markle. Most people know the reason she's on the platform is because she married a prince.
Of course.
Well, that's it. Otherwise, she'd still
by the
be
way,
in
I
season
think
24 of Suits, perhaps,
exactly.
as a minor role.
And when she sits and goes, little old me from Suits, and look at me now with all the world leaders. Why do you think you got there? Honestly, Princess Pinocchio, I think the Queen should strip the titles. I think we're just done with it.
Or we should just get rid of all the titles and get rid of the monarchy
But
and
that-
become a
because it's one of the
republic.
greatest
Thank you.
assets. It's one of the greatest assets.
great.
The royal
of the United
family is
Kingdom.
mired in scandal, and Meghan Markle is, you know, by far the least of their problems at the moment, I think, as we all know.
Well, I certainly wouldn't equate what they've done with what Andrew did. So I agree with you about that. But the damage to the monarchy is what worries me.
Correct, because
the Queen is in very ill health. We know that. She's elderly. She's 96. She's not going to be here for a lot longer. We know this. What happens next is hugely important.
The monarchy is one of the greatest foundation assets that this country has. We should be very proud of it. And, you know, this is catastrophic for the royal family, and they've got to deal with it. They've got to cauterize the wound, frankly.